curious. Because I need Mitch to give me some content. Because if I don't upload on YouTube, then my algorithm thing goes down.
All right, you're on financial course right now.
Okie dokie. Solid bet. All right, let's get rocking here. View channel. I think I am. Oh wow, I am. I don't have video or anything on YouTube, so it's kind of half. But it might be good enough for Mitch. Let me message her. Then we'll get to the chat here. All right, I did some CHWY calls for earnings. I've already closed some. It moved up nicely for about 25%.
Hey, that's in a great trend too, CHWY. Made a new high, everything.
Jack, are you doing any CHWY for earnings?
Not for earnings. I've just been messing around with it. I love stocks that make a new 52-week high, and that thing's been in a nice little trend. So it's got everything going for it. You can do spreads, straight up calls, naked puts.
Yeah, I bought some calls earlier today. They're already up like 25%, so I sold some. And then GameStop has earnings too, which we'll look at here in a little bit.
What's the word of war, the war of words between the most powerful girl in the world and the richest girl in the world? Are they still going at it? I haven't paid.
Oh, no. Tesla squeezing. Past 2 days, it's up like 10% because of no.
Are they still friends, or what's going on?
Yeah. Like apparently deleted all the tweets and he's retweeting like stuff about LA. So the stock is up. I mean, it's up like $50 in 2 days.
Yeah.
So yeah, the only problem is you got to sell vol. That's the only way to trade it, is by selling volatility, because the options are pricing in like $25 moves each day. So
yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I looked at it yesterday. I mean, even the weekly options, the stock was up like $20, and the weekly options were up like 40%. I mean, it's horrible. So if you're selling bull put credit spreads or selling puts, that's really the only way to make money in it. Or doing call spreads. But
Tesla's a little expensive for a naked put.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be, having a 7-figure account, if you're going to try to do that,
CHWY's much better.
Yeah.
That's been great.
Much more cost efficient, so to speak, than Tesla.
All right, nephew. Stock of the day, Core Weave.
Oh, what do you call it?
Core Weave.
Like a girl's weave?
I guess so. Core Weave. Core Weave.
So I had this guy at the mall, my buddy, who works at the mall. He goes, Lance, should I buy the stock? It was maybe $100.
I know.
And I go, it can keep going up, but it's up a lot already. It's up 60% since then.
On fumes.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get in. It went public. Nobody knew what it was. You could see where it dropped down right there. Then I tried to get in a couple times at around 80. Then tried to get in around 110. And I'm saying this thing's going to 150. And it got to 150. That's 2 days later. Then it dropped all the way back down for no reason. And now it's wiggling back up.
Jack, let's play a little game. What do you think between right now and the 13th, so this Friday, what do you think the implied move is? How much do you think?
Per
dollar or percentage amount?
The beta on this puppy is way over 2, right? It's probably 3.
Oh, it's the highest that you could probably get in a stock right now.
Yeah, so I'd say a new high. I'd say, what are they built at, a $30, $40 move?
Okay, I'm gonna say 20. Let's take a look, because I think you're
30, at least 30.
Let's see. What is today? Tuesday?
Are we gonna get a cigar?
Oh, I'll be there right there with you. What? It's only $10. You got to be kidding me.
Was either that or nobody knows anything about it. That can't be right. It does that.
It does that in a day.
Lunch.
17 points between now and end of the week. The at the money straddle, let's say $8 plus $8. Yeah, about $16. Dang. You know, here's the vol must have been a lot higher because the puts, the stock's down 4% and the puts are down 20%.
Now, we got a lot of people on here. Explain, you know, when I saw this and explained to me, it was awesome. So explain to the people how you're looking at this implied move.
So there's really a couple ways to do it.
People really need to know this. So
Yeah.
open your ears here, boys and girls.
Couple ways to do it. You can take the stock price. So let's just say 155. We'll do, we'll round to make it easy. And you would add the at the money calls. So they're about 775. And the at the money puts, let's just say 825
Okay.
together. And you would get 16, right? So that aligns pretty much with the plus minus 17 right here. Or what you can do is find the at the money straddle. So you go to the straddle, you find the closest one in the stock price, 155, and you can see $16, $16. So again, pretty much right there. Or what you can do is you can use the market maker move, like the indicator I have, and it will show you per day the high, the low, range. Or if you want to get a visual, I'll give you lots of goodies. You can actually look up on your broker platform, type in implied volatility as a study, and then pull it up, let's say on the daily. So you can see actually implied volatility has dropped. This is why Jack probably is so light, because implied volatility dropped so much the past about 4 days or so. And so it's actually come down, probably because there hasn't been any too much craziness as we saw.
No news.
Yeah, no news, no NVIDIA earnings, nothing like that. You know, it's pretty, I hate saying it's gone nowhere for a week, but you know, it was before that week, it was moving, 25 points a day, 20 points a day.
So check this out. So do you have your calculator close by?
Yep.
Okay.
Pull it up.
Let's pull. I can't do all this long math, but NVIDIA owns 24,800,000 shares. So type that in. 24,800,000 times 155. How much is that?
Just shy of 4 billion.
So when CoreWeave starts ripping and NVIDIA was going up and people didn't know why, this is why.
Yeah. Apparently,
We were able to buy the whole company without CoreWeave even going public.
did you hear though, like the NVIDIA's like their only customer though or something? Did you hear that? Or like NVIDIA's their top customer? So basically it's like dependent, CoreWeave and NVIDIA are dependent on each other?
That's exactly how Google and Microsoft are doing their deals now. So Microsoft will do a startup, just for example, and they'll give them $40 million, let's say. Well, the very first thing Microsoft is going to do is make them sign a $40 million platform hosting thing, where they can only develop on Microsoft's deal. They got to use their servers, right? Their cloud. So they're getting the company for free. And that's kind of the deal here with NVIDIA and CoreWeave. But nobody has a real handle on CoreWeave yet.
No, I don't think there's any kind of, and I think too, because it's like a newer IPO, that IPO market is so hot that it's anything that's not, an Apple or anything that's like old school, and they have to chase alpha somehow, and they're chasing it, and and that stock, because it's the only, I mean, really, it's one of the only stocks that is moving at the moment.
This whole IPO market is a great sign for the stock market.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have an appetite for IPO, the market is not healthy. But right now, like Circle went public.
Yeah, I saw that.
All these things are looking great. Now, one more thing about Microsoft. Pull this bad boy up. Shocked. I saw this morning. Look at 5 years. This thing's about to hit a 5-year new high.
Yeah, you want to see something crazy, Jack? Look at this.
See the 5-year first. Is that the 5-year?
I think that's 10. Look here.
A 10-year new high. That's even better.
There's a 5-year.
Right air right here. Nobody owns the stock higher. There's going to be a lack of overhead supply.
You want to see something crazy though? I bought these, and they're 20 million. May 22nd, a guy or girl bought 20 million in the December 500 calls, and look what the stock has done. Stock's up about $30.
You think somebody knew something there, or do you think he just took a shot?
Well, a small $20 million shot. What's 20 million between buddies at happy hour?
Yeah.
He probably was at a fundraiser dinner for, one of these politicians, and he heard so-and-so overlook, some new AI deal with Microsoft, and he said, pulled out his phone, did a couple texts, and then next day put 20 million on the line. Little.
I think that's how it went.
Little chunk change between billionaires. Nothing too crazy, but you can in a stock like Microsoft because liquidity is so good.
Yeah, it's great.
It's unlike Apple, it's actually moving. Have you seen Apple lately? How bad it is?
It's rotting on the tree, on the branch. It's about to drop. People are just
look at that.
Not into it anymore.
Yeah, it really is.
You got to do something.
Yeah, I don't think it's just going to be left for dead, Apple. I mean, I think once you have like OpenAI and these stocks go public, I think Apple will be an afterthought. I mean, there's just no point of owning it. I mean, what, for the dividend?
It would be kind of like Ford.
Yeah.
But that's the end of it, right?
I agree. It's going to be like a Ford or something like that.
How about Archer Aviation?
Oh, you're barking up my tree. I actually bought some Joby yesterday.
I took a little nibble.
Did you?
Back around 10-ish, and
I like it. I bought this one yesterday. I bought calls and sold some today. I bought Joby. Same kind of that aviation play.
Yeah.
I like both.
One of the most priceless features of that scanner is that it turns me on to new stocks under $20 that I never look at, right? Like we saw Rocket Lab, all those we did when we were sitting there in January, and before that, I can't even remember what all we did, but they were all great little under $20 stocks that just were loaded with gunpowder, right? Bang, popping off everywhere.
Yeah, those small stocks are really, that's really where the plays are. Those little highly shorted squeeze plays. Because
so do you have a scanner like this one that's running now for stocks that are under 20?
No. It will show everything. If a stock's under 20, if a stock's $5, $1, it will show everything though. The penny option scanner, usually you find more smaller stocks. Like you see some $3.
No, that scanner is deadly. That because it opens your eyes to what's out there that you would not. I would never have seen it if it wasn't for this scanner, right?
Oh yeah, same.
And bonus, I don't think people realize that thing is super fun and priceless.
Jack, did you hear about this? Speaking of small stocks, Robinhood.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask you to bring this stock up. Can you imagine that like $1,000 every kid gets into a Robinhood account when it's born.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. But of all the firms, Robinhood, right?
Yeah, you know why?
Missed out on this, Merrill Lynch missed out on this, everybody missed out on this. But this is the new Merrill Lynch, right? This is what the young people like.
And Silicon Valley. All the other firms, they're too worried about their reputation to
Exactly.
be associated. Yeah, and
I closed my JP Morgan account. What a piece of junk that was. And then you look at Robinhood coming out of nowhere, building all kind of great features.
and you get 4% on your money, or over 4% on your cash.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's insane.
I might have to open a little account there.
That's what I did. Look, I'll show you. I had more money in it, but then I had to pay the tax man. But I did, we got $5,000 in it. You know?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, nothing crazy at all. But if you go to, I think it's gold, I think it's called, you get like 4% on your cash. Yeah, 4% on your cash on gold. And then you pay like $5 more, you get Robinhood Legend. It's like more.
Gold.
Pardon?
What is gold?
Gold that's a good question.
You gotta pay?
I think it's $5 for Robinhood Gold, and you get 4% cash, 4% on your money, and like they even have low margin rates. It's $5. Yeah, $5. It's $5 a month. But for $5, why not, right?
Yeah.
But I like it. I do it for my SPX trades and stuff. And, it's cheap, a lot cheaper than commissions on the Schwab or the Thinkorswim, whatever you want to call it nowadays. So I'm a big fan. But Jack, you want to look at some earnings here?
Yeah, let's see. What's on CHWY on the earnings calendar this week?
Yeah, I'll pull it up here. Actually, we might have in our thread on Slack, we might have an earnings calendar. It'd be prettier than going on here, but let me look here. Me and Jack are in a Slack where we have all these people post stuff. But do me and Jack ever read it?
Forward it to?
Yeah. I was gonna say, do me and Jack ever read our company Slack?
Never.
No, come on now.
I got you guys. I'm gonna forward it to Lance real quick.
I think me and Jack are the only ones who really don't.
Hey, John Grizz, I gotta tell you,
You have it right now.
Robinhood is not the only firm that sells order flow.
Oh no.
Costco order flow, but they're not the only ones. Even Schwab's doing it now. So hey, you can't. I'm not knocking the big dogs. I got position in Goldman and JP Morgan. So yeah, I'm long the stock, but their platform is horrible for the average trader.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. They left a wide open room for Robinhood to come in and innovate and take all this new young crowd out of the market.
Yeah, and also too, like even on Schwab, the website, I always tell people it's so outdated and so difficult to use, and a lot of times it's delayed, the data. So you're like in a real puzzle.
It's horrible. My mother-in-law is always pestering me to get in there and buy T-bill and stuff, and man, that thing is just archaic as they get.
Oh, yeah. It's you gotta, if you don't adapt, you fade off in the background. All right, Jack, so here's what we got today. I'm gonna write this on the side here on my with my pen. See if I can pull it up here.
Don't we?
All right, we got after the close, we got GME, we got the junkies. So get your dice out. We got GitLab, GTLB. This is a software high flyer. Play. That's Dave and Buster's. Probably not enough liquidity for that one.
No.
Stitch Fix, which I think it's a penny stock where you buy clothes online. Pets, I want to say that's a penny stock too, so we'll get that one. CHWY, Victoria,
On the same day, you got hooker and love sack. Can that be coincidental?
Wait, where do you? For. I didn't even see that. When's that? Thursday before the open? You have the love sack with the hooker at
I don't
Victoria's
know what
Secret.
that's all about, but
Yeah. Victoria's Secret's interesting. My girlfriend says the camp actually was, never mind, it was the other one.
your other girlfriend?
No. No, it's, what's the other? They sell candles, but not Bed Bath and Beyond. Bath and Body Works. That's it.
Okay.
Yes. No, Jack, one girlfriend. It's been over a year.
Hey, that's good.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
You thinking that there might be something there?
Yeah, for sure. We, we talk about it a lot. So who knows? Jack, you'll be at the wedding, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
You'll have to come by. But let's take a look at a few of these. Probably GameStop will be the funnest. And maybe Chewy will be the other funnest.
Whatever happened to that purring kitty guy?
Oh, whoops! Look, all my stuff got deleted. I think what happened was he made his money. Then he saw everyone come after him with, like all the banks got mad at him and all these people, and we're just being a retail trader. And then I think he said, you know what? Let me ride off into the sunset and not be out the limelight, basically. You know what I mean? I think he was smart. He didn't want to get too big where there would be too many eyes on him. And he realized, once you are, and people start showing you too much attention, he was like, I'm good. And he just kind of ran off in the sunset. And I don't blame him.
Is GameStop doing a leverage deal to buy Bitcoin as part of their portfolio?
For sure.
What much are they raising to buy Bitcoin?
Well, they did an offering to buy, so the stock popped and they did an offering.
Of stock? A secondary?
Yeah. And then
adding shares.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a pump and dump, but, does it really matter? No. What's the implied move? 11%? Jeez. It's pretty big. So that's what, 33? Let's see how much the weekly 33 calls are. Hopefully under $1. 91 cents. It's not too bad. Let's see if we see any flow. Jan 2026 calls? Oof. These expired. Jack, I think I'm going to pass on GameStop.
Yeah.
Too big of a move. 11%.
So what's your general earnings play? Buy calls or do a spread to the upside for the next day or?
Yeah, either or. If the options are expensive, I'll do a call spread. If they're cheap, I'll just do. If they're under $1, I'll do outright calls. If they're more than $1, I'll usually just do call spreads. I usually go all or nothing. Like I don't do any kind of iron condor or anything like that. I either swing for the fences or I'm wrong and strike out.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. These hit, but this was the other day, and these were the 44 strike calls. I mean, that's insane. That's 50% out the money. So, yeah, GameStop, we're going to pass on GameStop. Have we seen any of these? Let me look at Stitch Fix. Some of these companies are going to go bankrupt, like Stitch Fix. September puts?
Stitch Fix and Beyond Meat.
Oh, yeah, well, that one.
Yeah, that thing was like $240 a share, but is it $4 a share now?
I don't even know. Is it still public?
I think so.
$3. It is.
$4 would have been my guess, but yeah, $240. Man, I was like, this is the biggest short in the world.
That's how everything is. Everything's a pump and dump nowadays.
Jelly that's supposed to be like meat, right?
Oh, I don't eat it. I think it's.
I never tried it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't knock it.
I've had
I guess.
Yeah, I had enchiladas last night that were eggplant. And I'm not gonna lie, they were actually really good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Those big mushrooms.
Yeah, or the big mushrooms, the portobello mushrooms are real good.
Yeah, it's good if you're trying to get off the meat.
Yeah, high cholesterol. All right, let's look at, what else do we have? GitLab, and then we'll look at Chewy. We might not have anything in GitLab. Oh, GitLab. Well, who are these people? Buying January 2026?
Amateurs.
What are these people doing? Going out to January of next year?
Paying a lot for that time.
I ain't doing that. All right, let's look at Chewy.
I think Chewy's the only real play.
So Chewy, we got a double whammy of flow. All right, what do we got? We got June 6th, we had the 48 puts. And then June 10th, we got so today, the 47 calls. Let's take a look at Chewy. You know, Chewy, the CEO.
New hot, which I love. I always like that.
God, look at the stock. The CEO is the same CEO of GameStop, of Chewy. They're both Ryan Cohen.
Really?
Yeah, he's pretty well known for his pumps. He pumps up, he buys stock, he buys companies and then he pumps them. That's his whole thing.
I don't know about this, man. This is like the Amazon just for dogs and cats.
Yeah, he bought puts here, or well, not he, but someone bought puts on a 52-week high, and the stock has fell. I mean, about 4%, 5% since they bought puts.
I guess Sean wants a trade. He says 2 minutes. Let's go. What do you want to do?
Should we do Chewy or not?
Yeah, let's do Chewy.
All right. Should we just do the calls? I still have some
Make
calls.
calls.
All right. I'm just gonna do these 47 calls. Why not?
For next Friday?
No, for this Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty do or die.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm swinging for the fence all the time when you're speculating.
Yeah.
Right?
If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right.
Yeah. Otherwise, you could buy Johnson & Johnson and McDonald's and call it a day, right? If you're going to speculate, go for the fence.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna buy these. You know what? I think I'll just buy the 47 calls. Let's see what we could pay. Maybe 162. We need to pay 165. Do.
I've been throwing orders in just to see what would happen at the market, and I've been getting some great fills like I would never have expected.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I just got filled at 166, so not too bad. I literally did a one lot, and then I bought.
Like Tom, Tom got 100% SPX vertical trade today that just closed out.
No, nice.
100%, Tom. Type in what you did there. You made 100%. How long were you in that trade, Tom? That vertical?
I would assume 6 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is that what you were telling me with the 4 p.m. payout?
Yeah. Both.
So how would he make 100%? Just float that off the top of my head. How would he have done that?
So all we did today was we sold here, I'll show you, and then Jack, we got something special. We're about to start too.
No, 60 minutes, 6 hours.
Yeah.
So David got 100% too.
So all we did.
100%. What is going on here, man? These people don't type in 100% winners.
So all we did today, Jack.
I got 20%. Yeah.
So
what are you doing? Steve got 100%. I've never seen anything like this in my life. So did Ellen.
Yeah. So all we did today, Jack, was pretty. Today was actually pretty smooth. I'll give you a quick